Beats.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, we are coming out with another one tonight, man. We're pumping them out tonight, and this is actually on Anthony Joshua tonight. And this is, who will Anthony Joshua be facing next? And the main reason I'm coming up with this video is because it's a couple of articles that are coming out. One is on Big Baby Miller, where he came out in the boxingscene.com stating, doubts he'll face Joshua, expects White to get the shot. And in this interview, he states, undefeated contender Jarrell Miller has cast doubts on the idea that he'll get selected to face IBF, WBO, IBO, WBA heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua. Joshua is slated to fight again on April 13th at Wembley Stadium in London, but there are now doubts about the date, with talks going around that Miller will instead fight on a date in May or June against Miller at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Now, it also goes on to state later on in the article, Miller believes White will eventually get the crack once the two sides agree on the money. White has not been pleased with the money being presented for the contest. Miller feels that he'll face Joshua this year, potentially on a date in the fall. At the moment, Miller has not received any monetary offers to take part in the fight with Anthony Joshua. No offers have been made for a fight against AJ as of yet. It's just speculation and talk. I think it will be Dillian White. They were basically offering Dillian White $3 million, and he made $2.5 million for the Derek Chisora fight, Miller told The Sun. AJ only wants to offer some chump change money. That's why Dillian turned it down, and I don't blame him either. You've got to pay, plain and simple. But I do think he'll fight Dillian White next, and then he can come to America. But I ain't playing fair, and I'm playing for cheap. Maybe September. I think that's the closest I can see us fighting right now. We're going to prepare for everything, and we're open to all options. Miller was expected to fight last week at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. The contest fell apart over monetary issues. Miller does expect to return in the coming months against any opponent that his promoters are able to secure, quote. Now, with this being said, he actually gives a lot of good little information in this. And one of the things that I like that he said in this is the offer that Dillian White had gotten. And he said that basically they had offered him 3 million euros when he had made 2.5 million euros for the Derek Chisora fight. Now, with that being said, I can understand exactly where Dillian White was coming from when he was saying that they were not trying to pay him, because how is it that you're only going to get 0.5 more million euros to fight Anthony Joshua? And dude, that doesn't even make any sense, dude. Like, they're literally trying to friggin' cheapskate his ass over there, man. They're trying to pay him 3 million euros to fight a 4-belt holder when he got paid 0.5 less just to fight Derek Chisora. Dude, that doesn't make any sense. He could literally pull an Anthony Joshua if he wanted and just fight lesser competition to make the same exact money, if you understand what I mean. So that just goes to show exactly the kind of business that those guys, Eddie Hearn and them, are doing over there. And it also goes on to state in another article, Anthony Joshua's opponent could be determined this week. And in this article, it says the next opponent for the IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua could be determined this week, according to the boxer's promoter, Eddie Hearn. There is a very short list of opponents. Joshua will return either on April 13th at Wembley Stadium in London, or a date in May or June at the Madison Square Garden in New York City. I think we'll decide this week, but whether we let you know is another story, Hearn told Sky Sports News. There's 3 guys that are interested in the fight, and that's Fury, White, and Jarrell Miller. If it's Miller, it will be at the Madison Square Garden in New York. If it's the other guys, it's going to be at Wembley. It also goes on to state later on in the article, Hearn states that Joshua is already training hard and they are just waiting to confirm which boxer he will face. Everyone is stopping me in the street saying, what's next? It's frustrating because some want the fight and some don't want the fight. I feel as though he's putting together some great offers for these guys, and we need to decide soon, Hearn said. Joshua is already in camp. He keeps himself training all the time. He's waiting on the news. I'm going to see him on Friday night, sit down with him, and go through exactly where we're at. We'll be making some big decisions this weekend. WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder is likely to face Tyson Fury in a rematch. Dillian White is still the front runner, but now there are issues after White White claimed that he was given a low ball offer, and Jarrell Miller is the dark horse to get that fight. There's been no official offer to Jarrell Miller yet. There's been offers to the other guys, he said. Some have been improved, some we're stuck at, some are open to negotiations. The hard thing is the lack of feedback. It's all very well saying no, but tell us what you don't like about it. Deontay Wilder, total radio silence. I don't think he wants to touch this fight. Fury, I believe, wants to fight, and same with Dillian. But we have to get the feedback to say we don't like this offer. We want this or we want that. And no one's really doing that, which is worrying, to tell you that they actually want the fight. No one is pushing. We're the ones continually making offers, improving offers, making phone calls, text messages, and emails. End of this weekend, we've really got to start pulling the trigger. Quote. Now, with him coming out in this article, he's pretty much confirming exactly what Jarrell Miller said, because the interview with Jarrell Miller actually came out after this interview, and he hasn't given Jarrell Miller an offer at all. He even states it in this interview. He hasn't given Jarrell Miller an offer. Jarrell Miller states that he hasn't received an offer. The only person that's received an offer is Tyson Fury and Dillian White. And Tyson Fury publicly came out and said, F you, Eddie Hearn. That damn offer you gave me was some friggin' BS. And Dillian White literally came out saying the same thing. F you, Eddie Hearn. That offer you gave me was BS. And especially with the facts coming out from Jarrell Miller stating that Dillian White only got an offer for 3 million euros when his last fight with Derek Chisora was 2.5 million euros. So how is it that you're only going to give the dude 0.5 million more than he did with the Derek Chisora fight? Which is some straight up BS, man. But I do think they're going to come to some sort of negotiation with Dillian White, just for the simple fact is, even with the news that Dillian White had went over to Vegas to have some kind of meeting with some businessmen over there, and I'm pretty sure he was having a meeting with the guys over at PBC to see what kind of offers he could get on that side of the street. And with this news coming out, I think Eddie Hearn is going to be a little bit more lenient on how much he's going to be able to offer Dillian White, because I don't think that he wants to lose Dillian White, especially with them doing so much business together. Dillian White also came out stating how they have been doing very good business together. So I do think that Eddie Hearn is going to give him a more improved offer that Dillian White is definitely going to take. And Dillian White had even came out in the interview stating that he wanted $7 million for the fight with Anthony Joshua. So that is actually $4 million more than what Eddie Hearn had offered to Dillian White for the fight in the first place. So hopefully they can come to some sort of negotiation, 3 million to 7 million. Maybe they might meet somewhere in the middle and 5 million. But I'm guessing in the next couple of weeks or in the next week or so, we will be hearing some sort of news about this, because Eddie Hearn did say this weekend he's going to be sitting down with Anthony Joshua to see what they're going to do next. And I'm pretty sure the public will be hearing something soon on the fight that will happen next with Anthony Joshua. Okay, so I hope you guys like the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, hit me up in the comment section and I'll be sure to hit you guys up. All right, so I hope you like the video. Holla at your boy.